An internet program used in public schools across 25 states has ties to China. Our next guest warns TikTok isn't the only site to be concerned about. The presence of Parents Defending Education is next.
Public schools nationwide are using a student tutoring service recently flagged for its connection to a Chinese firm, and it's even disclosed on their website. A report from our next guest reveals school districts in 25 states use or partner with Tutor.com, an online company offering support for students as young as kindergarten. Nicole Neily is the president and founder of Presidents Defending Education, and she joins us now. It's so great to have you on, Nicole. So how did you find out that this, I mean, it's on the website, but was there any government alert saying, hey, schools, you should know this is a Chinese affiliated company? How did it come to your organization's attention?
No, as you alluded to, the fact that this is really, it's on their website, but it's really not been brought to anyone's attention. It was quietly bought several years ago by a company called Primavera Capital that actually has ties to TikTok, to ByteDance. And so the fact that this is an operation, and at this point we've identified over 100 school districts, is of concern because this platform has access to sensitive student data. And Senator Tom Cotton has already flagged this as an issue of concern because the Department of Defense uses it for their education agency. But this is something that most American families have no idea is in their backyards and on their children's iPads.
Right, so you think that this company is perhaps using the data or stealing the data from children? Is that the concern you have?
Absolutely. The founder has ties to two Chinese communist-linked entities tied to the United Front, and so we know that there is very much a soft power element going on with the Chinese government putting teachers and curriculum into our school through the Confucius Classrooms program, but then for them also to have access through the back door, through TikTok, through these programs that are in our kids' schools, being paid for with our tax dollars.
Yeah, that's the worst part, isn't it?
It's insult to injury.
Yeah, 100%. I want to read a statement from Tutor.com. They say, quote, we take data protection seriously, and we have a number of active controls in place to safeguard information, including a binding legal commitment to the U.S. government that Primavera will not have access to any personal data. So essentially, it's like, trust us, we're not stealing the data. It's not very ironclad at all. So if Senator Cotton is saying, I'm confused because he's saying he's demanding that DOD, Department of Defense schools stop using it. I don't understand why they are using it and why they're not warning the schools. What would you like the government to do, and why do you think they're not concerned about this?
I don't know why they're not concerned about this. I mean, we are going to be reaching out to all the state superintendents and governors over the next week to ask that they investigate this. It feels like issues around the Chinese presence in our education systems are just not being taken seriously across the board. Last year, we identified 143 school districts that have had Confucius Classroom programs in K-12 systems. They've had teachers come over. They've had free curriculum provided by the Chinese government. And these are issues that are of real concern because, you know, as much as we hear Randy Weingarten whining about teaching true history, are our children in these classrooms learning about Tiananmen, Tibet, the Uyghur genocide?
Yeah.
None of these things are taking place.
Yeah, well, that's the other question. They're stealing data, but then also, what is Tutor.com actually teaching? And is this being filtered through sort of a Chinese lens? It'll be interesting to see what happens if these states can maybe go to an American company, and will that American company be independent, or will they also be selling their data maybe to the American government? We don't know. Yeah. Nicole, great information. Thanks for sharing that with us. Parents need to know.